but I think that imposter syndrome, delete that out.
He does it to me too, so.
What's up, everybody? This is Jonah Shirley, live, or pre-recorded rather, with the Montanarchy podcast. How are you doing today? You look lovely. Listen, we got an awesome guest for you today. In addition to our regular co-host, Nick Can, we have with us a very accomplished person who happens to be related to me. We have Jaunel Martin, everybody. So make some noise, clap wherever you're sitting, or scream, or whatever you want to do. Welcome to the podcast on Jaunel.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to choose from. So Nick, why don't you point at one of these and we'll bring it up.
All right. Let's see. Ooh, this one I agree with a lot because that's what I do.
So what we see you do some woodworking. Will you talk about that?
Yeah. I guess.
Right on the spot.
No wrong answers. Go right ahead.
Okay. When I talk about that, I do enjoy woodworking. So 9 years ago, your Uncle Ben and I built a house. And part of the stipulation with the house was a little sweat equity, which means we had to put in some work in order to not have as big of a loan. And so part of that was like we laid tile and we put in the counters and did all of that stuff. And then at the end of our project, as it was, our time was kind of coming close and we had to finish the project.
Sure.
We needed to put baseboards on the house. And so Ben was finishing up, I think, installing some cabinets, and he's like, hey, I'm going to show you how to work this chop saw. And I need you to measure and cut for our baseboards. And I was like, kind of scared a little bit at first because, you know, people cut off limbs and digits with chop saws. So he gave me a little safety and I was like, okay. And I did it. And all the trim in our house is courtesy of me.
Wow.
And, well, I should say the vast majority. I won't say all of it because he probably did help me a little bit, but,
Sure.
but once I did that, then I was like, what else could I do? What else could I build? So, I started looking. There's lots of female woodworkers that have plans online. And so I just started, with that barn door, the barn door that goes in between my laundry room and my kitchen. And it was pretty simple. And yeah, like I finished that in one day and then stained it the next day. And then I got lots of people who were like, oh my gosh, you did that. And then, you know, I get like a little bit of positive affirmation. And I was on my merry way. I was like, well, if that turned out, then what else could I do? And so that's pretty much the story of my life though. Like if something turns out well, or I get some positive feed, then I usually like, oh, I can top that.
You run with it.
That's just how I roll.
No,
so.
very cool.
Yeah.
So you've been doing that about 9 years?
Yeah, about 9 years. Yeah. So just recently, one of Seth's coaches, he's got a son, and he showed some interest in woodworking. And so right now I'm in the middle of building 4 bar stools with him. So I have those kind of prepped in my she shed.
Very nice.
And I'm working on that. But yeah, all of the furniture, if it doesn't have fabric on it, has been built by me in our house. Everybody's beds.
Whoa, really?
Everybody's beds, our kitchen table, the bench.
How many pieces of furniture
ottoman.
do you think that is?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10-ish? 10?
10-ish.
10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Thanks. Yeah, it's kind of a fun hobby. You can be creative. I have found out this. I like to build my projects, and I don't necessarily enjoy building other people's projects.
Sure.
So
Sure.
yeah, that's one thing I really enjoy.
Have you built something and afterwards you're just like, wow, that was rough. That was bad. Anything like that? Or have you been met with pretty successful?
I think everything's been pretty successful. I think your Aunt Joey's built-ins on her wall. I don't know if you've been to her house since she's done that, but she has a fireplace and a mantle, and we built in cabinets and shelves on both sides of it. And it took me a long time because it's her style, which is different than my style. So I had to, it's just not as creative for me to do that. And it was a little bit out of my skill set. So I had to, I was on the low end of the learning curve.
Sure.
So, yeah.
So the challenge from you comes more from wanting to learn something you're interested in, and less than doing what somebody else wants.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I want to be creative and do the things that inspire me.
Sure.
And so I had thought about starting a little woodworking like side gig.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
texted us about it.
Yes, I was gonna call it Carpenter,
Nice.
which has since been stolen, by the way. There is a
Oh,
girl.
really?
Yes, there is a girl that has it. And there's one that has I was just Googling this the other day, woodwork her.
Oh, nice.
So both of the names are kind of stolen. But as I was talking about it with Ben, he's like, well, people are going to like ask you to build the thing that they're interested in, and they want to pay you to build the thing they're interested in. And I was like,
never mind.
I can't do that. I can't do it. I think I would lose my love for it really quick. And I don't want the thing that I love to do to be the thing that is irritating.
Yeah.
You know?
So what's your kind of style?
I'd say like it's like a farmhouse. It's kind of morphed into like more of a modern farmhouse, like as of recent, but it was definitely a little bit more on 9 years ago, like barn doors and all of that was very in. So it was very farmhousey. And I think my style has kind of changed a little bit, which is I'm going to be redoing my bedroom here shortly. And the things I had pinned on Pinterest to build 9 years ago are vastly different than what I'm interested right now.
Sure.
So it just changes with time.
Okay.
But yeah, modern farmhouse, I would say.
I like that.
Yeah. Thanks.
Interesting. What's something you've learned from all of that about yourself?
That I probably should be a bit more of a perfectionist. I mean, there's in woodworking,
Sure.
to have everything super square makes for a project that goes along a lot more smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, I'll just throw your Aunt Joey under the bus a little bit. Like she is a perfectionist, like your grandpa, and they are very, very detail oriented. And when she quilts, like everything is perfectly square. And sometimes that can create like a little freeze in the beginning of the project. Like you have a hard time getting started because everything's not perfect. And I'm a little bit more like wing it and then fix it as you go. And so some of my projects have been a little bit more like of a big headache because
Sure.
I didn't put the time in, or maybe the product I used, just because if you use like fir or pine, there might be more warping of the wood. Where
sure.
if if I spent the money and picked walnut or,
Or a good oak.
yes,
Yeah.
or oak or something, some wood that's alder. I don't know. Something that's a little bit more, I don't know, hardy, like
Sure. Yeah.
yes. So those are some things that, I've learned, but
Sure.
I mean, has it changed how I build? No.
I-
But I do acknowledge that.
I mean, especially for personal hobbies, though, I
Mhm.
think perfectionism isn't necessary. Like I've talked to so many, man, there's got to be a dozen people I've talked to in my life that have told me, oh, you play drums? I either used to play drums or I want to play drums. And I'm 30, I'm 40, I'm 50, I'm too old to learn. And I wouldn't be any good. And it's like, that's not the point. Like if you can play 4 chords on your guitar by your house and have fun, then there's nothing wrong with that. You're still making music. Like you may not ever be on a stadium stage playing, but most people don't.
You got
if
started.
you can have fun with it at your house,
Yeah.
it's not a loss at all.
Yeah. Thanks.
So
Yeah. I don't want to get so caught up in being perfect that it keeps me from doing it.
yeah, that's another trap to get caught in. I'm not going to do it perfectly. It's like, do it anyway.
The little guy I'm building with, he's 12, and he is a perfect. I'm pretty sure I should have probably asked his mother, but I think she teaches math. So I think he's kind of got a little bit of that math mind. And so we're like trying to get the bench stool square, and I'm working on one part of the project and he's working on another, and I see him with the square out. I've got this large L square and then the small just speed square, and he is trying to make this chair that is not gonna ever be square probably until we put all the pieces together. That'll be a whole lot more square, but when you're just working on one side, it's hard to make it square without
Sure.
the force. But I think I watched him try to get it clamped to the table for 25 minutes, and finally I just said, hey buddy, you just gotta clamp it down and move forward. Because we're going to be here all day if, each side of the chair is going to take you 30 minutes. So yeah, sometimes you just have to keep moving.
Sure. So on the topic of kids, this is actually something I did. I talked to Graham and Cramp a little bit earlier and said, what should I ask Jaunel about? And they said, you're a women's wrestling coach?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to use coaching loosely, but
Okay.
yes. Yeah. So coaching in terms of technique, no.
Okay.
But coaching in terms of encouraging, facilitating, more so that. So our wrestling program in our community is just growing a girls program right now. So they have, I don't know, I want to say 12 dude coaches.
Is this with a school?
Yes, this is with the high school.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
With the high school girls. So they're just growing a girls wrestling program. The last 2 years in particular, lots more girls have turned out. I think 2 years ago it was, 11 girls or 12 girls. Last year it was 21. We finished the season with 17 girls. And so it's important to me that girls have a model of an adult female who is strong,
Sure.
who grapples, and who's physical. I'm not afraid to sweat and do hard things. And I think wrestling teaches so much. Just from watching Seth wrestle,
Yeah.
I think it teaches so much grit that girls would benefit from. And I don't know if your mom has ever told you this. Probably we have talked about this, but when we were all little, I used to set up sleeping bags and I'd pile 2 or 3 sleeping bags up. And your grandpa and I used to watch WWF at the time. It's WWE.
No way.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Our grandpa?
Yes.
No way.
He used to let me stay up to watch WWF. That's what it was, with Hulk Hogan and Jake the Snake and
No way.
Hacksaw. Oh yeah.
He's going to hear about this
Oh
later.
yeah. Oh yeah. No, he loved it. He loved it. And so after I get done watching that, I'd stack up these sleeping bags and then I'd beg your Aunt Joey and your mom to wrestle with me. And they were like, no. And then I don't know if you know Naomi and Krista very well.
Oh, barely.
So they were our good friends growing up. And so I'd sometimes get to talk Krista into it because Krista was a little bit more physical. And so, but I've always had like this need to be physical. Probably more physical than my siblings. And then, of course, growing up, I was in high school in the early 90s, and there was an opportunity for girls to do wrestling. That wasn't a thing.
Right.
And especially in Montana, it kind of would label you something you probably didn't want to be labeled. So it wasn't really a thing. And so I would try to, try. Is the dog trying to sit on your lap?
Oh, he's fine. Sorry, that was
We
distracting.
have a surprise visit, Mr. Oliver.
Just watching Seth wrestle, I would get together other wrestling moms. Wrestling moms are like a different breed. We're all very similar. I think
Sure.
that we're pretty passionate about the sport. We love to cheer our boys on. And some of them cheer their girls on. There wasn't very many at the time when Seth was little, but I would try to talk them into going to wrestling lessons with me. Like, hey, let's just like put on some shorts and take the wrestling lesson with our kids, or hire the coaches and just have an hour of the time and then like learn some wrestling. And I could never get any of the moms to commit. And so
Really?
Yeah.
Not one.
Yeah, not a one.
How many parents?
I would say there was probably 6 or 7 that I was close enough to that I would
sure.
ask them to, hey, you want to do this with me? And they'd seem kind of interested until it was time to actually get on the mat and start learning something.
Just being polite.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Exactly.
So as a coach, have you faced any challenges as a woman just from other men or?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is challenging in that sport in particular because wrestling for girls is so new and young.
Yeah.
The coaches have offices in the boys' locker room. So lots of things will be decided and discussed, and I will have zero idea about it.
Oh, sure.
And so I'm not a head coach, so like they're not obligated to come and tell me all the things, but there are times where I was needed to do some part of a tournament or communicate things, and I just didn't have all the information. So it is challenging in that way, but there's a couple female coaches, female girls coaches in our state now. I think there's maybe 3 or 4, maybe 4, maybe even 5 total.
Really?
From Boise up to Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry. Yeah. So there's 3 of us in the north, Val, Sarah, and I, in Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry, and Post Falls. So, and then there's a couple down in the south too, I believe, in the Boise area.
Okay.
American Falls area, that area. So there's not very many of us, but, it's something that I'm passionate about. I certainly want to watch the girls grow their sport, and I love learning about it as well. It's like,
yeah,
the grappling is amazing.
Do you think having a female role model like that will definitely influence more girls to do it than would have previously otherwise?
I think it will. Yeah, I think it will. I think just, it's hard. I don't think there's a ton of opportunities for girls once college is over with, but right now colleges are just on the edge of that Title IX, trying to make girl opportunities equal to boys. So they're growing girls wrestling in colleges. So girls that start their sophomore year in high school, their junior year in high school, and they find some success, they oftentimes will get some sort of a scholarship for wrestling in college, where boys, it is so competitive. I think it's like 1% of boys will get a college scholarship. Yeah, it's very, very rare for a boy to get a scholarship. Oh, at least a full ride scholarship is almost unheard of. But
so here's a question for you. So Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, I know you're into that. Is that offered in any way at the high schools?
It's not offered at the high schools. There is a club, BJJ, for the college, like North Idaho College. Has got a Brazilian Jiu Jitsu club. That they offer, but not in high school at all. But it is the kind of the natural outlet or progression for wrestlers after they leave college, or if they don't wrestle in college. It's an opportunity for grappling, because it does employ a lot of the same body mechanics or body awareness that wrestling does. It marries really well to that sport. So, which is, why being a Brazilian Jiu Jitsu practitioner, which is what I am, I want to learn more wrestling, because it just makes me a better Jiu Jitsu player.
Sure. So what is the practitioner? Is that you're a teacher or a level?
It just means that I practice. Practice BJJ. Yes, we call it rolling. I roll.
Sure.
Yeah.
So is there like a belt system like in karate?
Yeah, there is a belt system. It starts at white belt. That's a newer belt. Usually it takes, it can take 1 to 2 years on average, on average. I mean, kind of depends. Long? Yeah, it kind of depends on like how much effort, how many times are you going to class? Like what, what's your commitment to BJJ? But I think two years is what it took me to get through white belt. And then the next belt is blue belt. Right now, I'm a 4-stripe blue belt. So some academies will put stripes on every so often when you gather up enough skills. And once you have 4 stripes, your next progression is the next belt. So after blue belt is purple belt. That's what Seth is right now. And after purple is brown. And then after brown is black. So on the average, only 25% of practitioners make it to blue belt. So
really? 25%
of people who start at white belt make it to blue belt. And of that, even less are female. It used to be 7% of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioners are female. Now I think it might be closer to 10 to 20%, somewhere around in that range. But female BJJ practitioners is very low. And at our gym, there's just a few, and most of my rolling partners are 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds. So so there's not much for other adult females. It's kind of an intimidating sport to learn at my age, because you're grappling, rolling around, and oftentimes my partners are dudes. It's like sometimes my son, my husband.
Oh, Ben does it too.
Yeah, Ben does it too.
Oh, it's good to know. I didn't know that.
Yep,
What got you into that originally?
So crazy story, but I teach CPR. I'm a nurse, so I teach CPR at my work. And I had just been in Iowa with Seth at a wrestling tournament, and I flew home at like 1 a.m. on a Sunday, and I was teaching CPR that morning at 8 a.m. And so I got to talking with the people in my class about teaching or about my weekend. I was in Iowa with my son. He was at nationals. And one of the students in my class was actually Dr. Rourke, who is a professor of jiu-jitsu. I didn't know that at the time, but he's like, "Oh, your son wrestles?" And I was like, "Yeah, he's a wrestler." And we got to talking. He was 15 at the time. He was just finishing, I think it was the summer between his 8th grade and freshman year. Mm-hmm. And so he was turning 15 that summer. And so he said, "Oh, if your son wrestles, you should bring him to my jiu-jitsu class on Sunday." And of course, Ben and I have watched MMA for forever. We love UFC, all that stuff. So we knew about Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but we didn't really know what the opportunities were, that there were clubs. We hadn't really pursued that in any way. And it's kind of expensive. So
sure.
At the time, I don't know that was like a financial thing that we could really commit to. But Devin said, "Hey, if you bring your son, I will coach him on Saturdays for free." So we brought him on Saturday, and Ben and I went to kind of watch to kind of see how he was doing, what it looked like, what the class consisted of. And I saw one female in the back corner, like an adult in the whole group. Mm-hmm. And I said to some guy came up to the door, and he said, "Hey, like, can I help you guys?" And we were like, "Oh, that's our son over there." And he was like, "Oh yeah, he's great." And I said, "Tell me about that lady that's in the class." And they were like, "Oh, that's Sierra." And she's my good friend still to this day. She's actually going to get her black belt here in a couple weeks.
Really?
Yeah. She was a blue belt at the time.
Oh, wow.
But she was in the class, and they were like, "Hey, Sierra has a women's class on Sundays. Like, you should come." So that was like the day after. So Seth started on Saturday and I started on Sunday. And the minute I stepped onto the mat, even though I had to wear a gi, which is kind of weird because that's not a wrestling thing. It was so cool to choke people out in their clothing. Loved it. I literally loved it. And the women's class had anywhere from, like some weeks it was just Sierra and I. It was like a private lesson. And some weeks there was like 8 or 10 of us. And I just fell in love with the sport. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yes.
Very cool. So has that, 'cause you're an RN. Mm-hmm. So has that, you're involved in a lot. I'm just looking at the list. Holy moly. So these different things, does any of the skills you've learned with as a coach or as a practitioner of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, is any of that translated to anything useful in the RN world?
Well, I was thinking about this, just having a discussion with Ben about this recently. Like, I think as a nurse, I am a coach because I'm an educator. It just comes with nursing. Like, part of helping people is teaching them how to help themselves too, right? Like, pointing you in the direction of good health is nursing, which is also coaching, right? Now, as far as choking people out, no.
Not so much.
But it is an amazing outlet for stress for me. So, So jiu-jitsu offers me that, and it also makes my brain work in new ways. Mm-hmm. So especially, I started jiu-jitsu at 44 years old. So not too many people start that sport at that age, and making your body, watching somebody do a move and then thinking about it, and then making my body that hasn't, I've done some athletic endeavors in my life. I've, ran a marathon and done some sprint triathlons and different things, but jiu-jitsu is different. Like, it's almost like a dance. Like, there's some coordination, there's steps involved, and it's very creative as well. And so it makes my brain work in different ways. So I think it just develops new learning patterns, which probably helps in my nursing as well. I think being a student of something helps for continuing my education.
Okay. So how long have you been an RN?
I became an RN the Friday before Seth was born. So on Monday, Seth will be next Monday. Seth will be 19. And so, this week,
holy
moly, I became a nurse for 19 years. Yeah. I was fully pregnant at my graduation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was medical field something you envisioned as a child yourself doing? Or was that later?
Since Chase had so many like medical things, I think there was times I thought I'd be an occupational therapist, times I thought I would be a physical therapist. Then by the time I was in high school, I thought, I'm going to be an athletic trainer. And so I actually did all my prereqs for athletic training. I don't know if you knew this, but
I did not.
Billings West High School, I taped so many ankles there. Oh my gosh. I had to put in like 200 hours of taping ankles or something,
Whoa.
like fingers, shoulders, whatever.
Right.
But that was like a prereq to getting into University of Montana's athletic training program, which I got into. And then it was right at the same time that your Uncle Ben graduated college. And then we just got to thinking, like, as much as I love sports and I thought athletic training was probably more my jam, the job doesn't start until school is out. So we didn't have kids at the time, but I thought about, like, someday we're going to have children and I'm going to not have, like the ability to be home with them. Like, my job's going to start the minute they get out of school. And then I'm going to be home at 9:00 at night when they're already in bed. And that's going to be the life of an athletic trainer until my kids are athletes. And,
Wow.
and Piper wasn't an athlete. So that would have been even more challenging, So the more we thought about it, we just thought, a lot of the prereqs for athletic training were very similar to nursing, and nursing is such a wide variety field. Like, you can work 3 days a week. You can work 2 days a week. You can work 12-hour shifts. You can work the night shift. You can work the weekend. The variety is endless, and the specialties for nursing is endless too. So you can, if I hate gastroenterology, I can go to rheumatology.
Rheumatology.
Yes.
Sure.
So the opportunities for
I'm sorry, I just corrected you. What the heck is wrong with me?
He does it to me all the time.
As if I'm the smartest person in the room. Let me explain this word to you, 20-year RN. I'm a drummer for a country band. Let me explain to you the English language. I'm sorry.
You're totally fine.
Good Lord.
No, that's so that was kind of the route that we took. That I just figured, I'd do nursing so that I could have variety and have opportunity to be with my kids for as much as I could. So
sure.
For their younger years, they only had to do daycare for a couple of half days, and Ben and I worked it out, and I only worked 2 shifts a week. And, there was lots of benefits to being a nurse, but was it the thing that I was passionate about? Probably not.
What is it now?
Probably not.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like being a nurse, but there's about a gazillion things I do differently. I think here's the deal. Although my parents told me I could be anything I wanted to be, I honestly felt like whatever I decided to pursue, I could do it, and I was capable of doing it, and they believed in me. I didn't know what my opportunities were. Like, if I would have known the things that I know about woodworking, I think I would have loved being a carpenter, or if I would have, known what I know about coaching, I think maybe I would have been a coach, or, I just didn't see, I guess, that those were opportunities for me when I was going to college. I think still when I was young, the vast majority of girl jobs were nurses, were teachers.
Very limited.
Like it was pretty narrow. It wasn't like it was non-existent. I'm sure there was plenty of girls that were architects, or I'm sure there was plenty, but I didn't ever feel like that was an opportunity for me, or that I even thought that I could have liked that. Like, I would have I guess I would hope for this next generation to have more exposure, which is what I want for my kids too. I'm like, try different things, go see different places, go do different things, so that you know what your options are before you decide, hey, I'm going to go spend 4 years in school and all my time and money doing this one thing that, it's 50-50 if you're going to love it when you get out,
Well, it seems a lot that you're thriving. A lot of stuff you grab out of left field, like all the stuff you've been doing, like your hobbies is mainly a men's predominant thing. What you're saying, you're thriving very well in something that's not very women based. Yeah. That's very, very out there.
Super, super crazy that you'd say that, because yesterday my sister-in-law came over, and the book, The Art of War is on my table. And she's like, oh, who's reading that? I'm like, I am. I'm like, I don't pick like girly things. That's just not my makeup. Mm-hmm. Although I am very girly. I just don't, my interests seem to be things that maybe are in fields that are more male dominant.
Do you think part of the, like, maybe part of that's kind of a subconscious challenge to you to like, I think I can knock this out better than most men?
I don't know if it's that I think I can do it better, but I think I am uniquely gifted.
Sure.
As we can see from this list, you definitely are.
I don't think there's many girls, and I don't say this like braggadocious, but I don't think there are girls like me. Like the things that I find in my friends aren't the things that are I mean, maybe their love for outdoors, or maybe their love for fitness, but the things that I find in my friends are things I don't know much about that, you know, they're particularly gifted at. Although I'm a nurse, I wouldn't say compassion is my like number one, you know, which every nurse says like, oh, what do you think is the best quality of a nurse? You know, most nurses would say, oh, compassion. I would say like discernment, you know, like, or something like that, you know,
sure.
It's just
Truth.
Compassion. Yes. Compassion is not necessarily my number one, but I seek that out like in my friends, like people who show love really well, like that can really help me in areas that I might struggle is like more my draw.
You seem to have a lot of interest. You seem to have a lot of interest in things that you just don't really know anything about. And the moment you feel like you could learn it, you grab it.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. A lot of people don't have that quality.
Yeah. Well, thanks. I'm kind of an all or nothing girl a little bit, and I want to be a little bit less like that, but I kind of get consumed with the learning process of learning something new. And so when I started doing woodworking, I was out in my wood shop till 11 o'clock at night. And sometimes I wouldn't even know it was 11. Like, I was like, oh shoot, I got to get back inside, you know, or the same thing. Like if there's Jiu Jitsu classes at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., I'm at both, you know, like I gotta like learn as much as I can, as fast as I can. I almost feel like this is like I don't mean this like morbid, but I almost feel like this might be like the midlife crisis, you know, like I feel like time is running out. Like it's not on my side. Yeah. You know, like I feel like if I was your age, maybe I'd be a little bit more laxative, but I feel like maybe my left knee is going to go out or my right hip's going to go out and I'm not going to have an opportunity to like get my black belt. So I've got to like work on these things now while I can. That's kind of.
Yeah. That's crazy you say that because I feel the same way in a lot of ways.
Do you?
Like I feel maybe a little differently, but it's like, I don't know. I see how not all adults, I don't know, just in the general world, I meet a lot of adults that are 30, 40, 50 years old. They're coasting. They've checked out. They're just going to retire from whatever job they're working. Every day they go home and sit on their couch and watch their show and drink a beer. And I'm like, I would rather kill myself. That sounds horrible. I don't want to be that.
Agreed.
No,
100%.
And not to say that there's anything wrong with relaxing in moderation or enjoying TV. Like that's not the problem. Or having a beer. That's not the problem. The problem is I get bored. I get bored, and when I get bored, I get in trouble. So that's bad. So I gotta start a podcast, or I gotta join a country band as a drummer, something out of my element, you know?
Right. Yeah. That challenges you and excites you. Yeah.
We went and did golf. We've tried to do a bunch of new stuff this year. We went and shot some balls at the range. Maybe not my favorite thing. This has been a lot of fun already. The podcast has.
It's a lot more fun than golf. We did very poor when we tried to do golf.
Oh, you guys will have to play with Seth. Did you know he's picked that up?
We did.
Of course he has.
I'm not going to play with him though, because it's gonna.
He's a bit like his mom.
He's just gonna murder us. He's gonna be like, you don't hold the club like that, you idiot. And I'm gonna be like, you know what? I can throw it. I can throw it at you. How about that?
Funny. Too funny. Yeah, good for you. Yeah, I agree with you. I think I want to be a constant learner, and I also want to model that for my kids. Like I want to model like, hey, we're always growing and changing and learning something new. Like. It's never too late to start something uncomfortable that makes you uncomfortable. I hate public speaking. I'm doing this with you. It's not really public speaking, but it is kind of a out of my element thing.
Sure.
But
It's a little intimidating if you're not used to it.
Yeah. At my work, they started this Toastmasters on Wednesday mornings.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, shoot, that sounds so scary. I better sign myself up to do that. Like literally that's how like my brain has been thinking, like, if it's scary, I should try it. Like I should try to tackle it. Yeah. Yeah. When I first started teaching BLS, I had never like done any form of teaching BLS CPR.
Sure.
Okay. So when I first started doing that, I had never done any form of teaching. And I think you kind of, probably in any profession, you have a bit of that imposter syndrome where you just feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going to say something stupid. Everybody's going to think I'm an idiot. I don't even know what I'm talking about. How does a nurse not know CPR? Like that's kind of a basic skill. Like but I have to teach it to other people. So, like I want to make sure that my technique is perfect so that, the class goes perfect. So anyways, I was sitting in class on my very first day. I only have 4 students and my Apple Watch said, your heart rate appears to be greater than 110 and you appear to be sedentary. So just sitting there, my nerves were like that. And it was just that like, okay, I just got to tackle something that is uncomfortable for me. Like just teaching somebody something was horribly uncomfortable. Now it's crazy fun for me. Like it's probably one of my funnest parts of the week when I get to teach other people and be in front of people, but I've never done like public speaking.
It's kind of scary. Like I used to do, when we used to host shows, I would MC, but the problem is that I used to drink a lot. And so like last year we did this event and I MC'd it, but I wasn't drinking anymore. And I got up and I was like, how did I used to do this?
Liquid courage. That's what you did.
No, that's exactly what it was. And that's bad. But I'm like, wow, now I have to relearn how to do this. Yeah. I can't stand in front of 10 people and say, hey, we raised this much for Toys for Tots. Like, that's not scary. You can't mess that up. Mm-hmm. Like, but it was still terrifying.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yep.
Ridiculous. Have out of all these things you've done, out of all the things we've talked about, you've just seen a lot of success in. Have you ever tried something once, twice, 3 times and gone, either this isn't for me or nope, but like, have you had anything like that? Putting you on the spot, sorry.
I'm trying to think.
Because that happens to me a lot. Because I try all sorts of different things, and I'd say 3/4 of the things I try, I do 2 or 3 times, and I'm like, screw this.
I'm sure, like, in about an hour, I'll think of 27 things. But recently, I've tried pickleball. I really like that. I would spend more time doing that if I could. I am not a golfer. I think that is a sport that requires a lot of patience and a lot of repetition and practice. And I don't think too many people find beginner's luck in golf.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
I think that is one thing. I need to have a little success to start. And so if there's 0 success in the beginning, it's probably not the right thing for me because I need that for momentum.
Just at least a little beginner's luck or a little someone who's really good with me to, hey, you're a natural. Maybe you should work on that some more.
Yes.
That's the difference.
I think that's what Sierra was when I started jiu-jitsu is like her and I rolled a little bit and I had strength and, there's lots of attributes in jiu-jitsu. So if you had one of the, like she was smaller and I was stronger. So, I found a little success. Not that I tapped her out or anything crazy like that.
Sure.
But I found success and then she encouraged me. And then I was like, okay, well, if she thinks I have potential, then I'm going to keep going. And then it's not too much down the road before you find somebody who's newer than you and you can try something on and you're like, oh, I am growing or I am getting better at this thing. But yeah, I can't think of anything in particular that I've tried recently. I'm probably a little bit more selective of the things I try. And I don't have like a ton of time working full time and doing some of these other things. I mean, I've done CrossFit too. I don't know. We didn't talk about that, but I did CrossFit for the last year and a half. And there's some movements in CrossFit.
You're coaching and your jiu-jitsu.
I did all of that at the same time.
Holy
and
moly.
worked full time. Yeah.
And you're a parent.
Yeah, but I'm kind of at the end of parenting. I mean,
it never ends. Ask my mom.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, it never ends. But yesterday, I hadn't told either of the kids that I planned to come here for 3 days. And Seth said to me, like at 9:00 at night when I finally saw him, he said, were you going to tell me that you're going to Grandma and Grandpa's? And I was like, I think I could have been gone for 3 days and you probably wouldn't have noticed. Like they're busy having their own lives too now. So it is kind of my time to, develop myself,
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, very cool. And Piper's living there with you too, right?
Yeah. Piper's
Okay.
at home right now too. Yeah. She's working 2 jobs right now. So she's a busy girl. Busy girl. I think maybe she's sleeping 4 hours a night.
Oh my goodness, I could never do that.
Yeah. She's done that like for the last too
That's
many
insane.
days. 11, 12, 13 days. I don't know.
I mean, good for her. That takes a lot. I
Yeah.
did that one summer. I did 7 days a week. I did 2 10-hour days and then 5 6-hour days lifeguarding, which
Yeah.
wasn't totally physically exhausting, but you're in the sun all
You're
day.
in the sun. Yeah.
And that was rough.
Yeah. She's doing barista in the morning and then waitressing at in the evening, like waitress bartender kind of in the evening hours. And she's killing it because she has dreams. So
Well, good for her.
you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta hustle
Yes.
in order to get to your dreams.
Chase those dreams. Why not? Especially when you're young.
100%.
Don't have a family.
100%.
Don't have your own kids.
Is that what you two are doing?
As of
Chasing
right now,
dreams.
apparently.
Chasing dreams.
My dream is for no, I won't say that. No, I've got to chase my dreams a lot, and part of
have.
that's been my mom especially, and grandma and grandpa as well have been so supportive of me, which has been great. Grandma and grandpa have allowed me to live here in some of my in between time, and
Yeah.
and mom's been very supportive,
Awesome.
so I could do music a lot. And one of the bands I'm listening to right now, it's probably my #1 band on Spotify, and Vantanimate. They're gonna be playing at the Big Dipper there,
Okay.
so.
I don't know anything about that band or the Big Dipper, but you're welcome to come
Metal.
stay.
It's a metal venue.
I live in Coeur d'Alene and we don't go to Spokanton.
Oh, you don't? Are you too good for it?
Yeah.
Is it? Is it?
Just right out there. Nope.
Sorry. So how vastly different are the two areas?
Vastly.
Really?
Like how? Can you go into detail?
Well, let's just start with homelessness.
It's just like black and white different.
Yes.
Like you cross the state line and suddenly it's bad.
No, I wouldn't. No.
Or just in the
Liberty,
city.
Liberty Lake is fine. The Spokane Valley is relatively fine. But you get downtown, it's no good. It's no good. No, like yes.
But
It's
not as much of a problem in downtown Coeur d'Alene.
It's zero problem in Coeur d'Alene. I don't
Really?
even know if I've ever seen a homeless person in Coeur d'Alene.
And what is you're smaller than Spokane,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but not like Great Falls and Black Eagle.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say there aren't homeless people in Coeur d'Alene, but they're not sleeping on the streets, and I don't see drug paraphernalia and people urinating in public places.
That's just a free show.
It's
Like,
that different.
That's downtown Spokane. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. No,
Holy
it's
moly. Is it culturally different that you know of?
I would say so. Yeah. I would say so. Yeah.
Maybe a little more relaxed than Coeur d'Alene?
I think Coeur d'Alene is just wealthier in general. I
Sure.
mean, I'm not saying I'm wealthy. I'm just saying the area has, it's just, we're a different people group
Sure.
than downtown or downtown Spokane.
just a bit more upper class.
Yeah. I think that sounds really snobby.
It does, but we understand kind of what you're saying.
Okay.
It's a little more put together.
It's like Riverview.
It's more upkept.
And yes.
Yeah,
and
there
like,
you go.
yeah, there
Or
you go.
I
And like,
somehow
let's
combined two wrong words there. Upkept. Unkempt is, no, it's upkept. It's kept well.
yeah, it's Coeur d'Alene is
Better maintained.
a very beautiful tourist place.
Oh, sure.
yeah,
Sure.
and that's got its good things and bad things too, right? But
Sure.
I wouldn't. I mean, in general, I feel like a person who can protect myself, and I feel pretty safe in most settings. And I do not want to walk downtown in the middle of the day in
No
Spokane.
way. That
Yeah.
bad.
That's just me. Yeah.
But I hate to be the guy who tried to walk up on you on the street with things you can do.
Oh, yeah. You never
check
know
it out.
by looking at somebody. I mean, take Gary.
Oh, yeah. There's this guy here that lives in Great Falls. He looks homeless.
Mm-hmm.
Big old beard, dressed like a homeless guy, just rundown car,
Probably
multi-millionaire.
60s. Probably 60s-ish.
Yeah, he's got dementia. The way he remembers stuff is like jokes. Very dirty jokes, but jokes.
Okay.
And he's like a 3rd-degree black belt.
He said like some kid was he's the nicest guy in the world. He'll come up and give you a hug.
Uh-huh.
But he said some kid was He might have just been saying this too.
No. There's been witnesses to it.
Oh, there's witnesses.
People that
Didn't
from
know
out of
that.
town don't know Gary and see some old guys try to pick on me. He warned them, don't do that. And some little punk will swing on him. And Gary, like 5'5", 260-pound guy, like not athletic at all.
60s.
Yeah, 60s, 70s will throw somebody.
Wow.
And there's witnesses to that.
Yeah, there's
No
witnesses
way.
to this.
That's dope.
Love Gary. If you live in Great Falls, you know Gary.
He's so funny.
Everyone knows Gary.
And he comes up and, oh, Jonah, how you doing, son? And it's just like, oh, I love you, Gary.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And then he tells you the dirtiest joke you've ever heard, and you're like, where did you hear that?
Well, he was a trucker for like 40 years and then owned his
That's
own
where he
trucking
heard it.
company.
That's where you heard it.
That's where I heard it. Wow. Well, very interesting. What can you? How long did you live in Montana?
I lived in Montana up until my whole life until we moved to Coeur d'Alene. So 19 years, 20 years.
So okay, so about 2/3, or no, wait, we won't play that game.
No, I've actually
Edit that out.
less than half of my life actually. Then yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm bad at math. So can you tell me in the time difference between Spokane or Idaho and Montana? What are some of the biggest differences you've noticed?
Some of the biggest
And
differences.
try to, because you were here, you were here first and then there, because we're here in Montana now.
Yeah.
So aside from like time differences, like cell phones.
I think some of the biggest differences, like you're talking like maybe socially or
Just anything, culture, social.
Okay. Some of the biggest differences between Idaho and Montana, I guess, the job opportunity, the job market was quite a bit different when we were leaving college in Billings, Montana. When your Uncle Ben was looking for a job, he has a biology, chemistry degree, couldn't find anything locally in the Billings area. So there was a lot more opportunity around the Spokane area. And so that was a big difference. And I can just tell you on the trips back home, the following 22 years that we've been traveling back and forth.
Sure.
I'm doing math real quick. 23 years.
23 years.
That we've been traveling back and forth. The amount of casinos that you have in Great Falls,
Holy moly.
Montana, is we do not have that issue in Coeur d'Alene.
Are they legal?
You could. I don't think so. Maybe that's the issue, is that they're not legal. We have like a couple big casinos on the reservation. Like you can drive down on the reservation and go to a casino, but they're not in every gas station. Like you guys, like not at all. Like
no.
Like every gas station here in Great Falls pretty much has got a casino section.
And every bar.
And a lot of
restaurants.
The signs are everywhere.
It's
here.
insane. And I never ever gave it a second passing thought.
Yeah.
And then on tour, we left Montana and immediately there were a good number of states that casinos were illegal. And then there was a good number where they were limitedly legal to where you couldn't call it a casino, it was a game room. But it was by itself, just completely independent of everything else. And then there was like, I think Oregon and Illinois are two I remember, where you had very limited gambling in your bar, but it was like only a very specific type. I don't remember I don't gamble, but it was very limited.
It just it feels more depressed. Banks and casinos.
And liquor stores.
Yes. Yeah.
What is something else? Mattress stores.
Do we really have that
weed
many, though?
shops. Holy moly.
Within the last 3 years, so many.
Is it legal here? I can't remember.
It's legal. So it was medical, and then in 2020 it became recreational, but they couldn't open stores for like a year. And when they could, and it's everywhere some counties don't allow it, but here we've got to have 20 pot shops here.
That's crazy.
And then
it's not legal in Idaho.
It's not.
Oh,
no, it's not legal in Idaho, but it is in Spokane.
Oh yeah.
So if you cross
you
over
guys
the
are that
border,
close, so.
yes, yeah, it's like 25 minutes and you could get it from my house.
Sure.
If it was of interest to you, but I think that changes the dynamics of
the populace. I don't think. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Butte is the worst, by the way. Or actually, they're all bad.
Really?
But Butte, I remember Ryan and I were driving through to go to a show, and it was like one on every block. It was worse than here.
Well, I just heard that Butte, especially for like St. Patty's Day or any kind of holiday, that Butte is the biggest party town.
I'll tell you why.
Surprisingly.
I'll tell you why. Butte is one of like 3 cities in America where You can have an open container in public year round.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Fully legal.
okay.
Not in your car, I don't think, but on the sidewalk it is. And
You
that's
can
why
walk.
it's so bad. That's why it's so bad. Underage drinking has to be terrible there. Although it's terrible here too. I won't name names. There are bars in town that allow it, and I won't call them out, but I know where you are.
Yeah, I think that's probably some of the biggest. I can say some of the better benefits of like Idaho. Idaho is has the most drive-through coffee stands of any other state.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so probably the same equivalent of your weed shops. We have a drive-through coffee stand or a boba stand or a
I've never had
soda.
It's really gross.
boba. What does a boba taste like?
It's like it's
tapioca,
tea, right?
It's tapioca. I mean, you can put.
Well, like
I
the
think
little
they can
black
be.
balls are tea, right?
I think they can be flavored, but they're just tapioca balls. I mean, they're
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is. either.
It's gross, but
it's like
yogurt?
starchy.
Oh,
No, it's like gummy. It's like a gummy noodle.
ew.
that sounds horrible.
It is. I think it's horrible
That's
too.
a bad description
But
if you try
yes,
to sell it.
But I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not selling it. I don't purchase it. But there are people in my family. I won't name their names, but they love that. So it's a thing. But we have a lot of those in our area.
Okay.
Do you have any good? This is a weird question. Do you have any good pizza restaurants?
Good pizza restaurants. Yeah, we have Fire. Do you guys have Fire here?
No.
Fire Artisan Pizza?
Yeah.
Yes, we do. I don't think it's very good.
Capone's is there's several Capone's around our area, and they make a Thai pizza that I love. Peanut sauce on it. Oh, so good. It's not Howard's, but it's good.
I've got to say, well, Howard's is my favorite in town, but having been around the country, I had a pizza somewhere like an hour from Detroit, Michigan. That was the best. Traverse City. Best pizza I've ever had.
Really?
And now there's almost nowhere in Great Falls makes an even edible pizza to me.
There is a place in downtown Spokane called Rocky Rococo's. I don't know if it's still there or not. It's been a long time since I've been there, but they have amazing pizza.
Have you eaten at Dick's Barbecue or Burger Joint in Spokane?
No, I have not.
So it's right off the interstate.
I know exactly where it's at.
You
yeah.
do?
Yes.
So
the milkshakes and burgers. Yeah.
Yes, and it's called the. Is it a hammy or a whammy burger? They got the whammy burgers. I remember we were going to a few weeks ago play our metal shows up in Spokane, and I was driving, and they were like, "We're stopping at Dick's. We're getting a burger," and there we go. We stop, and we all got a double whammy and a water, and then I had to walk like 2 blocks to use a restroom.
It's kind of a weird location, like getting on and off the interstate where Dick's is located.
Yeah.
So it's not super convenient. So you have to literally make kind
And
of.
we had a trailer.
Yeah.
So it was
kind of
even worse.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
But it was good food.
Was it? Okay.
But it was good food.
I'll never know because I'm not going to Spokane.
You're that much?
We just don't go there. Yeah. in
Fair
general.
enough.
I mean, I'll go if I need to go there. I'll go there to visit your Aunt Joey.
That's a good reason.
That's a good reason.
We should have her on at some point.
You totally should.
I want to have Ben on because we have a lot of business owners that are going to come on here, and we have a lot of musicians. I need medical scientists, psychologists, historians, athletes. I need.
Well, you got a few of those in our family.
I do. Seth is going to have to be on here at some point. I am going to have Piper on here. Next couple of weeks that'll be coming out.
Yeah.
So.
And your uncle's a scientist, so.
He needs to come on here too.
There you go.
Very cool.
Cool.
Well, good job, everybody. That was good.
Okay.
That was almost an hour.
Thanks for your time.
I think we should probably wrap her up. Jaunel, I'm trying to think. We had Steve he was our last guest. We had him give some advice on his craft. He's a business owner. What would you say to a young man or woman getting into sport? What do you think?
Yeah, just some life wisdom from a woman coming into the world or wanting to get into like the, I guess, men's area, kind of like how you had. What advice do you think you have? Or just a woman trying to reach for the stars? Be successful like kind of you've been.
I think just I wish I had more confidence.
Keep going.
I think imposter syndrome can really be debilitating at times. And so I want girls to believe in themselves. Yeah, just believe in yourself and don't be afraid to fail. failing is just, an opportunity for us to grow. We can learn from each and every one of those failures, and it can propel us forward. But trying is everything. Like, get out there and try new things. Keep growing, keep learning.
Sure. Okay.
And what's the name of your wrestling group that you?
Oh yeah, do you want to plug anybody?
You plug in all your stuff you need to plug.
Hey, Post Falls High School. That's my jam right there. That's where my boy graduated from there just a few weeks ago, and I think the coaches there and the staff there are amazing. Literally, they helped raise him. And so I have a lot. I'm super thankful for the men that have poured into his life, and I hope to be able to give back too to the girls.
Right.
Yeah.
Very good. Are you going to write a book?
Oh, you should.
You should.
I have no intentions of writing a book.
We'll get her too. Don't worry. Now the seed has been planted. You're going to write a book. We can write one together. No, never mind. Forward by Jonah Shirley. This book is really good. That is my contribution. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of Montanarchy. Enjoy the music, and we will see you next time. Hey, come here, buddy. Come here.
What do you got, Oliver?
Hey, come be our clip. Hey, Mark, speak. Speak.